Hi you guys, it's Wednesday. I hope you're having a great day. So I don't know if I told you that I was going on a mini vacation, mini vacay. It was a long weekend, okay? But I went to the Bay Area, which I go to often. When, you know, it's a little getaway for me. It's nice. I get to go to see the ocean and go to the beach and, you know, all the things I can't do in the high desert. But I was actually going to the theater because I wanted to see Billy Elliot so badly. It won Tony's last year, not this year, but last year. And, it was on Broadway. It's a limited show in San Francisco right now. So anyway, I had tickets, and what I really have to tell you is about what happened prior to me leaving, okay? So it started off, I was departing on Thursday night. I've been really busy lately at work, but you know what happens. You have these times where you're really busy, and then you're not so much, and then you are, and then, so it's a busy time. Lots of changes and training and all sorts of things. So anyway, let's see, we had not received any measurable rain whatsoever. It's already the monsoon season, and it sounds goofy, but yes, we do have a monsoon season in the high desert. That is when we get the most rainfall throughout the whole entire year, okay? So monsoon season began, and we had not received any rain. So suddenly, boom, this Wednesday night, we hear thunder rolling in. We see lightning and the big dark clouds, and suddenly the skies, yay, it's raining. I mean, it is pouring outside, okay? So we had a really, really nice rainfall, and I mean, we're all happy dads, everybody is just completely psyched. It's everyone in New Mexico and Albuquerque writing it on Facebook about, yay, it's raining, Well, our power went out. So, as it does sometimes. Fortunately, it was only for 3 hours, but you have to understand the time frame that it happened in, okay? So, because I was busy, I had not packed. I had not done my laundry, and I needed to do my laundry, and then I needed to pack before I left on, not Wednesday, Thursday night, okay? It was Wednesday when it stormed and the electricity was out. So prior to the electricity going out, I was writing my reports. I want to say it went out at like 7? No. 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, 7. And then it came back on at 10. But that's the period of time that I was going to do my laundry in, okay? So, missed opportunity. I went to bed, Thursday, I got up, I saw my patients, I came home, I threw my laundry in, I wrote up my reports, then I packed, it was all just timed as if it was supposed to be that way, okay? But really, I was slightly freaking out because I barely had time to do all of this stuff, all right? Barely had time to finish my work, barely had time to pack. And I usually bring my friends some gifts from New Mexico, things they can't get out in California. Well, I didn't have time for any of that. And so my nephew was going to take me to the airport, and I told him, well, let me drive. I'm going to gas up, and I want to show you something. The clutch is acting kind of funny in the poor Corolla. So we get to the gas station. Oh, but on our way to the gas station, we get to a stop sign, and the car just shudders, shaking, and then boom, it just turns off. Like nothing. The engine just went off. And I told him, this happened to me today. It happened earlier, and it's just so weird. I don't know why this is happening. And I told him sometimes I gave it a little gas and it was fine. You know, it was almost as if it was starved for gas. Like, the gas, it was not getting gas or something weird like that. I don't know. So anyway, I gassed up the car and I started to get into the car. And all of a sudden I looked down and I'm like, oh my gosh! And my nephew was in the car and I'm like, PJ, look at this! You know, I'm like freaking out. And fluids were just like draining out of the car. Like right in the middle of the car, okay? And I had just put gas in, so I thought it was gas coming out, but you have to understand, I have not been able to smell for like 12 years now, and some of it's coming back slowly, but I couldn't tell if it smelled like gas or not. I mean, I just really had no idea. I was, in my mind, kind of thought it could be gas, but I really have no idea. So anyway, after I freaked out, I turned to my nephew and I said, oh my gosh, call Grandma, ask her if she could take me to the airport, and tell her, oh, yeah, semi's kicking up rocks. Tell her that I'm on my way home. And ask her if, she can get me to the airport. And so he made the phone call. I drive home, and I park the car. My nephew's helping me get the luggage out of my car, putting it into my mom's car, and I'm headed to the airport. I give him my keys, and I said something like, there's money in this account that you can use, something about getting the car fixed, but don't worry about it if whatever. I didn't really give him anything solid, but I kind of in a way said, if you need to fix it, call me first, but there's some money in there. And so I'm like limping out. You know how you're supposed to get to the airport 2 hours in advance? Well, yeah. We live about 15 minutes away from the airport or so, maybe 20. And I don't like to sit at the airport too long, so I leave my house typically at the 2-hour mark, okay? So now time is ticking away. I'm flipping out. How to make a trip back home and so I get to the airport and I knew I had an hour. Okay, whatever. Hopefully there's not a long line or any trouble getting through security. And so, no worries, I make it through security, I get to the gate, and honestly, it's about 15 minutes before the plane is supposed to depart, and then suddenly my phone is going off with, oh no, it's ringing, that's right. And every time I answered it, it was a recording from Southwest Airlines saying that my flight was delayed. First it was 1 hour, then it was 1.5 hours, then it was 2 hours, then I was about to scream, and then it was 3 hours. I sat in the airport for 3 hours. I've spent more time in the Albuquerque airport because of delays. Oh my gosh, I was like fit to be tied. I couldn't get online, I have no idea why. Anyway, long story short, I finally make it. It's never a long story short, right? My grandma used to always say that too. Anyway, I make it to, flew into Oakland. My friend picked me up. That was Thursday night. And Friday was fun. We went to Napa Valley, did wine tasting. Now, you guys, I'm not a wine connoisseur. I don't really drink all that much. So, yeah, it was more about spending time with my friends and a little bit of an adventure, okay? My friend, however, that lives in that area has a vineyard. It's a small one, and they live, oh, it's beautiful, in a parcel of land. It's just very, very nice, So, did that whole thing, went to this restaurant, which is don't ask me what this is. I need to Google it because I need to find out more about this. But it's called a Michelin rating, okay? And my friend just kept saying, Michelin rated, Michelin rated, Michelin. Okay, whatever, I don't really care that much. Except that I knew I had to dress up, and I did. And the food was just beautiful. It was all like, I actually have a picture somewhere of one of it was a 5-course, well, the guys had 5 courses. me and my friend had 4 courses, but they were all so cute, just decorated, and it was just beautiful. Anyway, that was nice. And the next day, drove back to into the city in San Francisco, and went to see Matinee. Billy Elliot was awesome. Oh my gosh. So Billy Elliot, the main character, is a young man, a young boy, and he is into ballet, and that boy danced the entire time. Oh my god, it was just beautiful. It was really, really good. It was not a ballet per se, but the story was about ballet. That makes sense. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Sunday, I get a phone call from my mother saying something like, you know, I might have gotten a phone call before that, because she said something to me about my nephew had taken the car out, and I don't know if he was thinking he was going to get it fixed, or if he was just using the car, you know, but he said the clutch went out and his dad towed it back to the house. And I'm like, okay. Well, I knew I was experiencing something goofy with the clutch, so I was kind of like, but you guys have to understand, I put a new clutch in, the whole clutch kit, about 2 years ago. So I thought that was a little unusual, but I also thought it was unusual that it was feeling funny at the time. So anyway, I said, okay, all right, you know, and then I started thinking, well, I don't know what I said to my mother. I may have said, I will let you know if I need a ride from the airport, or I don't remember what I said, because she called